Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelai Shamayo, and this is MeWe Fairs, your safe space for authenticity and transformation. This is our online fair, and we're going to get started a new way today with a ritual. I'm going to hand it over to Diane, and then we'll do introductions and have our panel. Diane.
Hi, everyone. Welcome and thanks for joining us tonight. Before we get started, as many of us practitioners know and do before getting started, is we like to call upon our spirit guides, call upon our ancestors and our higher, our higher, sorry, all of a sudden cat stopped my tongue. We reach out to our higher self, sometimes our galactical ancestors, sometimes our you know, spiritual ancestors. But no matter who you're reaching out to, it's important to take a moment to center yourself, take a few deep breaths, join us here. So I'm going to invite you all to put your hand on your heart and take a few box breaths with me as we call upon our ancestors, we call upon our spirit guides, the galactical beings, the higher beings that serve in the greatest and highest good, God, angels, all those we call upon. We ask that they join us here, protect us, oversee us in all that we are doing, and guide us in what is truly for us and in our highest good at this time. And we ask that we all can find ourselves in a very open and receiving space tonight as we hear and explore possibly new areas and new understandings of higher consciousness of different spaces. But no matter what you are feeling called to tonight, I ask that you are protected, guided, and truly find yourself welcomed in this space as we all wish to help guide you, serve you, and teach you what we can to continue with your journey. So thank you for being here tonight and many blessings.
Thank you so much, Diane. All right. Experimenting with changing things, doing things in new ways all the time. We've got more people that want to join us. All right. So let's see, like we typically start out our fair with introductions, we're going to jump in to be doing that as well. So practitioners each get a minute to let you know who they are and what they're going to be doing tonight. You can also find all this information in the fair schedule. Well, not from them because you're going to hear it from them uniquely, but information on them and what's happening tonight is in the fair schedule breakout room and also on the web at jointhefair.com. We're going to be here together for the next 4 hours. Excited to have you here with us. And we're going to start off with Tiffany, Rosewood, and Jared, and we'll be rotating everyone around. Go ahead.
Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Intuitive Tiffany Rose, the founder of Galactic Mystery School, and I'm a galactic channel, galactic Reiki master, and a multidimensional guide. I work with star seeds, healers, intuitives to help them uncover their cosmic origins, activate their soul gifts, and reconnect with higher dimensional guidance teams. My work blends galactic meditation, energy healing, soul retrieval, cosmic lineage exploration, and much, much more. I specialize in helping people remember who they truly are across lifetimes. Tonight at 6:45, I'll be offering a talk called Unlocking Galactic Wisdom for Healing and Transformation, where we'll explore how galactic beings and star realms can support deep emotional and energetic revolution. I will also be giving readings 10 minutes for $20 of either galactic channeling, starseed origins, spiritual ghost busting, energy clearing, and all that good stuff. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Tiffany. Next is Rosewood, then Jared, then Anna.
Hello, I'm Rosewood. As a light worker, I use light language, energy work, shadow work, and divination to help you along your path. I've been on my spiritual journey on and off for about 30 years now, and I had my spiritual awakening almost 2 years ago, and my journey has been nonstop since that moment. Uh, Within that time, I've become a Reiki master. I've done angelic energy healings, and now I'm doing light language. So what I'm offering tonight is sessions, two different sessions um, on raising your vibration. The first one is divination and energy work. That's $15 for 10 minutes. It's free to watch. And then the second one is divination, energy work, and shadow work, which is 30 minutes for 15 minutes, and that is private. And that is private simply because of client confidentiality. Um, on that note, this evening I'm offering two different demonstrations with the upcoming new year in mind. Raising your vibration with crystal activations, that's at 6:15, and raising your vibration for positive transformation at 7:15. Thank you, and I look forward to helping you along your way on your journey.
Thanks, Rosewood. Next we have Jared, then Anna, then Alina.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jared Carter, and I'm a level 3 soul contract practitioner. Everybody has a soul contract. It's something that our soul signed up for before we came into this life. We looked at what challenges we wanted to overcome, what talents we have, what gifts and goals that we were here to work on. And so, what I'm doing is offering tonight a look into your soul contract. It's a quick, for $25, a quick overview. A full reading takes a little bit of preparation and work, and you go really deep into the troubles and trials. Learn that what you experience in your life has been by choice from your soul. It's not a happenstance. It's on a purpose, and there's a thing, and it really helps you to kind of heal from those traumatic events. I'm also giving a talk at 7:30, and it is entitled, where is it? The Sacred Agreements We Make Before Birth, Understanding Your Soul Contracts. And so anybody who attends gets a free copy of their contract. You may not know what it means, but you get a free copy. And then if you want to know more, you can contact me after the fair. But that'll be at 7:30 in room 8. So hope to see you there.
And they can get a mini with one of the $25 ones during the fair too. On their map. All right, great. I'm going to move a few of you off, put a few more of you up. And then we'll be hearing from Anna and Goddess Renata and Mike. Let's see. Well, just one moment before you go. Let me get more people up on the screen. All right, there you go.
Oh, okay. Hi, I am Anna, and I am a hypnotherapist. And what I do when we have an issue, blocks, some pain on the outside, usually roots are deep down, and everything we experience leaves its imprint, and it's important to go and clear it, so then we can change on outside. And today I will answer questions and we'll do some clearing, and we'll see what else will come up.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anna. We've got Alina and then Goddess Renata and then Mike.
Hi, my name is Alina, also known as Subtle Matters, and I blend crystal healing, neurographics, and astrological oracle readings using the deck called Symbolon. I will be offering the collective one-card readings free by donation and a selection of private readings at a discount. I'm also offering two talks today. Never done that before, so I'm super excited. The first one is at 6:15, and it's titled Doodle Your Way to Your Higher Vibe. I'll just show the basics of neurographics, different techniques, and explain what they're for. And the second one is at 7:45, entitled Transformative Art for Meditation and Self-Help, what it is and how to do it. This is where I demonstrate the actual algorithm that I prepared for today. So drop by, get a short reading, get a private one if you're inclined, and stop by for any of my talks in room 1 if you can make it. Thank you.
Thank you, Alina. Next is Goddess Renata, then Mike, and then Diane.
Hi, all. Goddess Renata here, New Earth Mentor. There are so many wonderful things to partake in here on this panel. This is exciting. I remember when I was starting on learning about myself and just wanting to develop, many years ago. There were no panels like this at all. So it's kind of a cool thing to get this eclectic viewpoint of how people have arrived at their spiritual embodiment. And that's kind of what I'm just here to share with you. It's like you're it in a bag of chips. I always love to say that because we're not broken. There's nothing to fix. But sometimes we get stuck in old stories. I'm just here to help you develop like a new script, like a new story for yourself, how to do that on the fly. And I do that with EFT, emotional parasite release, and all the things that I've studied in my 68 years. Yeah. So I'll be doing some brief, what would you call them? Little clearing sessions. Yeah, on the spot, getting that thing that's got you stuck. Okay. Goddess Renata, New Earth Mentor, thank you so much, Lorelei, and be happy to see all of you.
Thanks for being here. We've got Mike and then Diane, then Angela, and then Echo.
Hi, my name is Mike Hernandez, and I'm a professional tarot reader. I'm the only single modality person here in the fair, and that's because all I like to do is read tarot. Tarot's in my blood, tarot's in my background. I just love it. I'm doing general readings, 3-card reading for $15, the general session. I'm doing private readings, $30 for 10 minutes. I'm doing a session at 7 o'clock called What the Tarot Can Do for You, and I'm focusing on the difference between predicting and forecasting. I'm doing a general tarot Q&A throughout the entire fair. So if you have any questions about tarot, bring them. Nothing's off the table. No question is too hard. If I don't know the answer, we'll find out somehow. Enjoy the fair. Have fun. My advice to you, go to everybody just to see what everybody does just for fun. Just take the time, take like 2 minutes and go pop into everybody's room. It'll be great. Come see me sometime. Enjoy the fair. Talk to you later.
Thanks so much, Mike. We've got Diane and then Angela and then Echo.
Hi everyone, Diane Evans here. My company is A Mystical Journey. I'm a fifth generation shaman. Tonight at 6:30, I'll be teaching Exploring Sacred Geometry at 6:30 in my room. I'll be offering readings, oracle and tarot readings, also sacred geometry healing and activations tonight. Have any questions, curious about coaching, anything of that nature, stop in and happy to chat.
Thank you, Diane. Next we have Angela and then Echo.
Hello, everyone. I'm Angela. I'm a Peruvian shamanic practitioner, a Reiki master teacher, and a practicing witch of over 20 years. Tonight I'll be doing fire ceremony with you throughout the evening to help release all that ick and stress and angst this year has brought many of us, and to welcome in and plant the seeds for everything we'd like to grow and move into through the holidays and into the new year. So stop by and enjoy the fair.
Great, and then Echo.
Hi, I'm Echo the Mystic. I'll be in room 6, and I practice in mediumship and tarot card readings, but I'll also be doing a talk on the Akashic Records that I'm just learning right now. Really excited about it, so I like talking about it. Drop by if you're interested.
All right, great. And I just put all the breakout rooms in the chat. I know someone was asking about one of them. So for the first hour, we're going to be here all together in the fair, and we're going to see, we might stay here until a little bit later, until about 6:10 Pacific time today. So I'm still catching up on all the changes we decided we would make last time. So we're going to be taking your questions. If you'd like to ask a question, let me know in the chat and I'll get you in line. It is free to ask a question. It's great to ask a personal question, just like you would at a private session. And I'm realizing we have one more practitioner that's having technical trouble, so isn't here right now. So I'll just give you an idea of who she is and what she'll be doing, and she'll hopefully be here real soon. It's Violet Serenity Moon. She does shamanic energy clearing and intuition. And she's going to be giving a free talk on Become the Vortex, tools and practices for bringing in what you want. And then she's also going to be offering ongoing sessions, general Q&A, what is shamanic energy work? And that's free to ask those questions. And then shamanic energy clearing and intuitive readings, $2 per minute. And then if you want to do this same thing, private, it's $3 per minute. And then actually, I'm Lorelei Schmeil. I'm an intuitive eye reader, body psychology coach, and matchmaker. And I'll be giving free samples of eye readings in the main room in between all the other things going on. All right. So we are getting ready to do our intuitive panel where we answer questions from the audience. So let us know in the chat if you'd like to ask a question. It is free. And we can talk about just about anything. You've heard there's so many different modalities. And this time in particular, and it should say that in the chat that I just put in there, if you want to let any of the people that do astrology answer questions, include your birth date, time, and place of much of that, as you know. And then also our soul contract reader needs your full name at birth. And then a numerologist might want that too. So feel free to share any of those things in the chat with everybody or with me. And I'll forward it to those people if you want to include that in some of your answers. You'll have several practitioners answer your questions. I think all the other practitioners had a chance to introduce themselves, right? Is that correct? I think so. Oh, yeah. Great. All right, cool. All right, well, let's see. So who's got a question for us? Oh, and let's see. A few more things I should say. So if you want to see the whole schedule of everything that's happening tonight, you can go to the Fair Schedule breakout room or go to jointhefair.com. I'll go to jointhefair.com and give you a brief look at what that all is. And then also, and there might be one thing I have to fix. I'll fix it after I show you. And then also, before we start answering questions, and you'll be able to see my screen in just a moment here. Before we start answering questions, it's great to learn from all that's asked and all that's answered, even if you're not asking a question. And so here, as you scroll down at jointhefair.com, here's a flyer showing all the practitioners that are here today. These are the rooms that they're in.
Okay.
What they can you see?
Yep.
What they generally offer. Many of them have a special for working with them after the fair. I need to change that date, I mean, and then and their contact info. And then everything that they're offering during the fair, these are the scheduled talks. Those are all free.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are all these different ongoing offerings. So you can see them by breakout room here. So you see all the options available in one room. And I've also broken it down into what is free, what is by donation, what is a small price, and small price and free to watch. So you can watch them do these sessions with other people. And then what is a small price and private? So all that's available here at jointhefair.com or in the fair schedule breakout room. It's on the screen. All right, back here to the panel. So for the panel, as I mentioned, share your birth information, including your name, if you'd like to get those kinds of readings as your sample. And then this is a great opportunity to practice opening your intuition. So if you do readings yourself, you're welcome to have your pendulum, your cards simply be open to whatever knowledge shows up for you, whatever awareness shows up for you. And take notes maybe and what comes up for you and see if by chance we share similar things. It's a great way to get confirmation that we're tapping into the same kinds of things. Please, if something does come through you that you wonder is for the person that asked the question, please hold it until the panel is done answering and then maybe private chat that person and see if they'd like to hear what came through you. Please trust they say no. They might feel full after hearing all of our answers. Trust that it came through you for some other reason. Yeah. So, and you have choices since we are recording and this is getting posted on our YouTube channel. You can choose to ask a question up here on screen with us. And you'll be in the recording in both voice and visually. You can also choose to ask a question from your chair in the audience, and then just your voice will be on screen. And if you want to ask totally anonymously, you can do that too by private chatting me the information for your question. And then I'll read everything off and no one will know who you are. All right, great. Okay, we're getting some questions coming in. So let me just make sure I've got some private stuff too. Okay, great. And I think I got this one first. And do let me know if you want it to be confidential. So I do honor that. And I'm just pasting in some of your questions and we'll get started with a question. All righty. So let's see, let's start off with, well, let's see. So, okay, great. Our other practitioner is jumping in now too. So let's see if we, okay, great. So I'm going to start with, well, H, you have a question that's in the group chat. Did you want to come up on screen? Do you want to ask from your chair? Or do you want me to read out your question?
Can you just read it out?
Yeah, sure. I'm happy
Please?
to do that. So, how to easily clean up energetic space following a reading? Things like sage, holy water, a Swiffer. Like what should this person do to energetically clean the space after a reading? So this is for a newer practitioner. All right, practitioners, yeah. So raise your hand in Zoom so I know you're ready. So we've got Rosewood, Alina, Tiffany, Anna, Angela, Goddess Renata, and probably that's enough answers for that question. All right, go ahead. We've got Rosewood first.
Hello, H. That's a great question. What I would like to do when I do a reading or any kind of work is a lot of it comes with intention, but it's also important that you clear your space before you do your work. So sage is nice, Palo Santo, doing a little smudge is nice. I also like to follow, this is going to sound crazy, the Elvis Costello motto and mantra of love, peace, and understanding. That goes a long way because it's intention, and intention will help clear space as well. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Next, we have Alina.
Okay, I'm gonna unveil a dirty secret from my life. Before I started reading cards, I was cleaning houses. So yes, Swiffer is magical. That being said, I don't like the smell of sage. So one of the things that I do use for cleaning my space is sound. Any sound that you want. I stole my daughter's recorder and learned when the saints come marching in on it, just to cleanse my space. So you can sing, you can just use little cymbals, you can buy yourself a tuning fork if you want, you can learn to play a recorder or any other sound, a singing bowl, whatever rocks your boat. It doesn't have to be long, takes a couple of minutes, and you will feel that the space is really different after you're done.
Great, thank you. All right, next we have Tiffany.
Okay, so one of the first things I do, and it's more than just clearing the space, I clear that client's energy from me. So thank you for clearing so and so's energy from me now. And then you ask, are you clear? That's one of the biggest things. I do like to use sage or palo, but I also burn frankincense. I clear the room beforehand and clear it afterwards. Another tool you can use, I loved what Alina said about using sound. You can go on YouTube and look up Hue, and just play that through the room. Any method you use is probably going to work. I mean, just check. I don't know if you use your intuition to hear your answers of a yes or a no. Is the room clear? If you do, that's great. If you don't, you can use a pendulum or muscle testing to ask, is the room clear now? But more importantly, clear the client's energy from yourself.
Great, thank you. And we have Anna is next.
So I'm going to answer. When Anna started doing this work, she was very sloppy and she would leave piles of energy all over her place, so we advised her to create a wand. She loves nature, so we advised her to pick up a stick, soak it in salt, and then have some beautiful thing on it. And then she was to go all over the room and just use this motion to collect all this energy and then send it to the earth. You, my dear, you will have your way. Your way is most powerful for you because it's your intention and your energy. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Anna. Next we have Angela.
To know the easiest way for you to do this, you also have to take into account, because your question didn't specify, is there your personal space like your home? Is this a place you're renting? Is it a shared space that you're renting? Because that may impact what options are available to you, right? Some places may or may not let you use sage. They may or may not let you use sound, if there's maybe thin walls between like offices. So you have to really consider that. If you have housemates, are they allergic to sage? If you're like living with rented people, things of that nature. Once you move beyond that, all of the things the others have already said and 100,000 other ways can be used. But another thing you could also do, if you're allowed to, is have a white candle burning to help burn off any ick that might be coming while the session's going on. Because if you're doing multiple sessions, you might not have time to cleanse between, and that will help cleanse it out. You can anoint that candle with any number of scents, sage essential oil. I like sandalwood myself. So just some thoughts.
All right, great. And next we have Goddess Renata.
So many people gave so many suggestions. I love where it's all put together. It's like it's about your intention, but you are the highest fine-tuned vibration, your temple. So when you walk into a room or someone walks into your space, it's automatically cleared. But I get that sometimes we want to have a confirmation of our steps. So what everybody else shared is wonderful, but I just want to emphasize your awareness of the harmony or the lack thereof is the contrast as an embodied being that allows you to command the opposite. If it feels disharmonious, harmony, and it's done. We tend to question ourselves. Doubt cancels out.
All right, great. Thank you so much for our first question. And the next question is from V. I don't know if you want to come up on stage. So for those of you that just arrived, we're taking questions from the audience right now. We have a list and we are recording, and this will go on YouTube. So you have a choice of coming up on stage with us, asking from your chair, or having me read out your question. So it's anonymous. Let me see, is V still here? I don't know what your name is here, so I don't know if you're still here. Oh yeah, there you are. Did you want me to read, or did you want to
I'll
speak?
say it. I'll
Great.
say. Yeah. My name is Vanessa Cristina Oliveira Simpson, and my birthday is April 16th, 1974. I would like to know if what messages and either of you receive from me at this point regarding my next path.
Great. Yeah, so raise your hand in Zoom, practitioners, if you want to answer. And Jared may have been doing some soul contract calculations. Jared's ready. All right, go ahead, Jared.
Hi, Vanessa. So, Simpson, was that a last name that you had at birth, or is that a married name that's added on?
Married.
Okay, so at birth it was Vanessa Cristina Oliveira.
De Souza.
Okay. Oh, De Souza. Okay, I have to get the at birth for that to do. So let me
And
just, if
how's
anybody
that
else has an
spelled?
answer, I can, yeah.
Yeah, just so
S
how
DE
Uh-huh.
David and Echo as the preposition, and then
Okay.
the other word Souza, S as in Susan, O U Z as in zebra, A as in
Okay,
apple.
so Vanessa Cristina Oliveira de Souza.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
great. And
Let me just
Alina's
run.
got an answer while you're doing some calculations.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Alina.
Okay, for your next path, whatever the message comes through, I pulled a card and I pulled Jester. Jester is the ultimate Aquarius. I'm gonna write here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn off my background and so you can actually see the card. Yeah.
Yeah, what
So
you're doing. Great.
Jester is the ultimate Aquarius. He is ruled by Uranus. He dances to the tune of his own flute, not listening to anyone and not wanting to listen to anyone. Here, if you want the advice with this card, it's go your own path and listen to no one. because that path will take you where you need to get. Where we're going? We're going straight. We're straight, straight is everywhere. Okay. Um, you may not have much to take with you, but you will have your freedom and you'll have your king pocket to play with when you're born. So that's kind of that's the message right here. You can go, baby. You can go.
Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you. And then, okay, Jared's ready, I think. Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah, so running your chart, I see that you have for your ultimate soul destiny, you have the nines, which is dragon energy. It's an energy that can accomplish anything. And really, the whole point of the nine energy in this life is to recognize your power and share your abilities and your knowledge with others. Your physical goal, as far as like what the physical aspect of your life is, a five. The five energy is very soft. So it's a really spiritual energy in a physical location. So you are here for a lot of spiritual enlightenment for others. The 12 threes that are in your spiritual goal are about expansion, it's about teaching, and it's about letting other people know. So with that nine and that 12 three, the purpose of your soul that your soul wanted to come here for is to um, recognize its consciousness, recognize who it is, and then share and be a beacon for others in this life.
Thank
Okay,
you so
great.
much.
Thanks, Jared. And Anna's got something to share too.
So I pulled a card, and the card is peace. And as you can see, flowers and a person in the card is so content, so in her own energy. When you are at peace, when you are in your own energy, you allow yourself to just make decision from this place. You will make every step with clear consciousness, and you will move on your path.
Thank you.
All right, great. And Tiffany's got something to share too. Go ahead, Tiffany.
Just real brief, when I was checking in with some of the guides and asking them if they had anything for you in regards to your question, they said you're in line for a massive awakening and that it may continue beyond this year into next year, possibly even the next, that things are going to be shifting in your life. And I mean, I would be curious to see what happens in the next year or two, but your energy, you're going through a frequency upgrade, and that's going to shift things in your life, in my opinion, for the better, even though some events that happen aren't always perceived by the human as for the better. But expect some big shifts and be patient with yourself as you go through them. Okay.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you for your questions and the answers. All right, next we have A asking about tarot. Did you want to come up on screen? Do you want to ask from your chair?
If you can read it, please.
Sure. Okay, great. I have several tarot readings. I think I've had several tarot readings, but none of the things have happened. Why? And I know Mike has got an answer for this. All right, go ahead, Mike.
Okay. In my experience, there's four reasons why tarot readings don't happen. Number one, you just didn't have a good connection with the reader. That can happen sometimes when people, it's like going to a psychiatrist. If you don't have a good connection with a psychiatrist, doesn't matter how many sessions you have with them, there's always nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to progress. That's just one reason. Number two, you didn't see the reader that you were supposed to see. Now, when I was doing psychic fairs up in Seattle, I had three very close tarot reading friends that I trusted immensely. And if any one of us couldn't read a person for some reason or getting kind of weird messages, we would send them to each other. I had one person I just could not, I was getting garbage and everything. And I thought, you know what? Go see Bill, because Bill is really good friend of mine. He's a great reader. I trust him implicitly. See if he can help you. She went over, poof, because Bill said things in a certain way that just connected. He saw things in his cards that I wasn't seeing in mine for whatever reason, but he got it and just really hit the mark. So that's one reason. Third, the reading was not for you. Now that sounds weird, but it's true. I've had readings where I'll give you a great example. I did a reading for an acting friend of mine. We sat down. I had her shuffle the cards. She put them on my spread, and I was doing this reading, and she never said a word throughout the reading. When I finished, she says, "You know, Mike, that's fine, but none of it's for me. It doesn't make any sense for me." And she said, "I said, who does it make sense for? My daughter. You were supposed to get this to tell your daughter because your daughter wouldn't come to a reading. The last thing, there are things beyond your control that affected the suggested outcome. It's just like an acting audition. You can go to an audition, you can be just absolutely great, but it turns out the director doesn't like your particular look for the part. Has nothing to do with you, something under your control. So there might have been something out of your control that affected the outcomes of your readings. That's why nothing ever happened. So in a nutshell, those are the four reasons. If you want to discuss this more, come see me in my room 11.
Thanks so much, Mike. Next is Echo.
I think for me, it's like life is constantly evolving and changing. And though we may predict something, things change in your life, shifts happen. Uh, it's unknown, but we do our best to meet your question and try to answer everything you're looking for.
Thanks so much, Echo. And then Alina has an answer, then Goddess Renata, and then Tiffany.
Okay, as someone who doesn't read tarot, I'll be very, very brief. There were a couple times when I was reading for other people and turned out that I was reading for myself. So I probably needed that reading more than the person in front of me. And when I followed the advice that I gave the other person, things fell into place. So sometimes it's like that. My energy was stronger, my need was higher, and that person was just there out of curiosity. And I read off of myself. Uh, and sometimes the reader will have that, you may not need as much, but they do. Uh, and that's why it didn't work. Obviously, it was just for the opposite person, the one holding the cards.
Thank you. Next is Goddess Renata.
Do you know that song? Looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces. My sweets, there are no absolutes out there. And so when you can take the information that people are picking up, we're all connected. So there's no mystery here. But sometimes you just don't want to allow what the thing is. You don't want to learn the steps in the dance. And you got to know that's totally okay. So when you seek you outside of you, it's always a mismatch.
Thank you, Goddess Renata. Next is Tiffany, and then Diane.
Okay, so I have a couple things written down here. One or more of those readers weren't clear. They may have had spirits attached or they didn't clear themselves beforehand. But with that said, it's also all about the questions you are asking. You may not have been asking the right question that your soul needed you to ask in that moment. And third, there's different timelines, and things in your life may have shifted what timeline you were on. And so that can influence it. It's kind of tricky when you're trying to do future predictions, especially knowing that there are different timelines and that things may shift based on free will of all parties that are involved.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Next is Diane.
Following up and agreeing with most of the other practitioners that have already spoken before me, but one thing I can also say is that whether you're going in for tarot or oracle, you're essentially trying to control a level of what's to come instead of trusting and having faith in yourself. So ultimately, the more you know, or the more you're questioning, and the more you're obtaining of that knowledge, the higher chance that you are altering free will. You are adjusting and changing your course, your path, your timeline. Therefore, what you did receive in that healing or that reading may not be ultimately what comes for you at that point because of the need to control, the need to know, the continuous need to seek and have validation or to understand other people's judgment on you versus just trusting and knowing your path, your value, your worth, and your ability to accomplish and handle anything you're facing.
Great. Thank you so much, practitioners. And thank you so much for your question. All right, Joy is next. I'm going to bring you up on screen. All right, great. What is your question?
Hey, folks. I have a fun question. So during a breath work, Illyrian and Assyrian being came up. I don't know why. I don't know if they're like soul family or what that is, but yeah, just a fun question.
Do you sort of want to know what that was, what that means, why that happens, things like that, what that means for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, great. I knew Tiffany was going to have an answer. Great, Tiffany, go ahead.
Well, almost immediately, I was in agreement that yes, they're part of your soul family. They may have, and I didn't ask deeper on this, but they may have known you while they were on Earth before they passed. And I don't know if you understand multidimensionality, our souls can live more than one existence at a time. And so, it very well could have been a grandparent showing up in a different form. Both of my grandmothers have shown up to me as ETs now. And at first, I did not know they were my grandmothers. And I about fell out of my chair when I realized who they were. But absolutely, yes, soul family, guides. They're trying to communicate with you. You're at a point where you're ready for that. So I would encourage some meditation and asking them if they have messages for you.
Great. Thank you, Tiffany. And Anna's got an answer also. Let me get Anna up here.
So every time you breathe with intention, and certain types of breathing can put you into an altered state. And in this altered state, in a trance, you start having abilities which you just don't have in your ordinary state. So when you start seeing entities, when you start connecting to beings, whoever they are, it means that you are in a trance, and in this trance you just open the special ability that you have.
Thank you. Next, we've got Tiffany has a little bit more to say, I guess, and then Diane. Is that right?
Yeah, I just should have said they're wanting to help you. So ask them for assistance in times of need. That's a big part of why they're connecting with you. Okay.
Great. And then Diane.
I was just going to say, as someone who has had multiple visitors come in during meditation or during times of walking labyrinths and other spaces, they always come in with guidance, with understanding, downloads, connecting you with a piece of yourself you might be missing or kind of brushing over. They're usually here to help teach you, enlighten you, expand you on a concept or something within yourself and your connection on a greater scale, whether that be galactical, family, your current surroundings, 3D world. But ultimately, they are here to enlighten, expand, and show you something that you're needing or your energy is actually requiring or wanting at this time.
And Alina has something to share too. Let me get you up here.
Yeah, so I pulled the card called Burden, and they are there to help you lighten the load. Whatever you're carrying, ask them to help you because life is hard at times, and that stone is not going to carry itself up. And it gets heavy and hot and drabby and just difficult. So they are there to get you to the top of that mountain, with that stone, whatever you're carrying, whatever's burdening you. Yeah.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Joy, for your questions. Thank you, practitioners, for your answers. All right. So our next question is anonymous. We have birth and name info. Your name starts with a W. Do you want to unmute and say anything else about why you're asking, or I guess it's your name, it's your business. Do you want to say anything, or do you want to?
Oh, is that for me?
I
I'm not
think
sure
it's
if that was.
not yours.
Oh,
I'm asking the person to unmute who I think it is for.
Thank you. I think that's me. Are you talking
Yeah,
about the name and
yeah.
birth date?
I've
Okay,
got
nothing
all
to add.
that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Nothing to add. I just do I need to add anything? Is there a question that I need
You're
to
just curious
answer and
about the
add?
soul contract stuff? Or if
Yeah,
there's anything else, because other practitioners, is it okay if other practitioners have any other messages for you? If they share
sure,
anything? Okay, great.
sure.
All right. Yeah, Jared, that's the one I told you was coming. Are you all set with that one?
Yeah. Was there a specific question about what they wanted to know,
Doesn't
or
sound like there
just a
is. They
little?
just some general stuff
Okay.
on soul contract. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, right away, just looking at your soul contract, your get right to the punch. Your soul destiny is the 8-8, which is basically to ground the energies of the soul, especially your spiritual talents, and then relate them to society. The eight's all about grounding, and so I see that you have in your physical karma, there's this 11-2, and 11-2 is about structure. So as a child, you may have had some trouble with tasks, completing tasks. The 11-2s lack a bit of structure when they're in the karmic position. But you can overcome that. You overcome your karma throughout your life. So you may have gotten to a spot now where you do have that structure and you've turned that karma into a positive. You have quite a bit of eights in your soul contract, so that is a dominant vibration in your life, and that's really about this grounding your spiritual knowledge and then relating that to others. The eights are able to, they're kind of chameleons. They're able to connect to people in different ways. I have an eight in this physical talents just like you do, so you're able to relate to people. People find you, are drawn to you, and they want to share stuff with you. So this is a little bit kind of about what I'm seeing in your contract.
Great. And Goddess for Goddess got a little bit for you. Go ahead, Goddess.
8 always seems to be about the law of giving and receiving in balance, harmony, the law of giving and receiving in balance, harmony, internal harmony first, and that's always reflected out to you, always. And the 11-2, when I reduced someone's numbers down to 2, that feels like they're a support, and that's cool. But 11, double 11, double 1, double initiator, it's an illuminating number. So instead of coming down to assist people, wait until they asked you. Your suggestions will be taken in a lot more powerfully and have a larger ripple effect. But if you attempt to always just help people based on you think they need help, you will burn out. You will not be effective in any area of your life. So learning how to read the room. But that illumination is something that you carry, that 11/2. Yeah. Thanks, Lorelai.
Great. Thanks, Goddess Renata. Jared's got a little bit more to add, and then Diane.
I just realized I looked at your spiritual goals and on your chart, which is the 19. 19 is all about creating a center. So I don't know if you have any aspirations to creating a wellness center. Well, I think your name has wellness center in it. So but that's that energy to create a space for people to come and be able to pull that spiritual into a physical container for people to be able to learn.
Great. Thank you. And then Diane's got something too. Go ahead, Diane.
Okay, so I'm guided to tell you that as an 8, myself, it's as above, so below, as within, as without. Understanding that it is always about keeping a very healthy balance. Now, understanding that the 11 is also breaking down to a 2, and it's a combination of justice and judgment. So, understanding that you can sometimes struggle with other people's maybe opinion on you or wanting to hold judgment on other people's opinion towards you or what's kind of going on. So just kind of be mindful of that because as someone who's an eight and you have to keep that balance, what you hold on others, what you think about others, there's a certain level of you that will have to work through that energy and keep that balance. And like I said, it's a hell of a journey when you have to balance out what you're holding and what you're not recognizing you're keeping in judgment. So for the eight journey, just giving a little heads up.
Okay, great. Thank you, Diane. Thank you so much for your question. Trying to get through as many questions as we can. You have the next question. I'm going to go ahead and read it. If you want to, you're welcome to come up on screen or speak. I was just using a pendulum to get some answers about 30 minutes ago from when they posted and now feel extremely sick out of nowhere. Did I catch something spiritually that's draining my energy this fast? Tiffany's got something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this one. You had a couple spirits attached to you, and they were trying to communicate with you, and when you didn't listen, they started making your stomach hurt. They're now standing in this room with me, actually making my ear pound, but I was waiting for this to clear them because I was, going to come on here and ask you permission, but they're already here. So I'm going to go ahead and heal them. But one thing to keep in mind with pendulum work is that you want to put your pendulum in your hands and dedicate it to the highest answers of truth and specify who you're communicating with. Are you communicating with your higher self, your soul, or with your guides? Because you need to specify that, or you're communicating with anyone in the spirit world. So just something to keep in mind. But the entities were already attached to you before you picked up that pendulum. And when you didn't hear them or notice that they were there, they were trying to get your attention, basically. So to me, that also speaks to having some mediumship abilities that maybe you haven't fully developed yet and haven't gone into exploring. And that would be my recommendation, to start exploring those gifts. Thank you.
Great. And Diane's got something to share.
I'm going to follow up actually with a lot of what Tiffany just said. I got the same thing, that there was an entity in the space and it basically attached and controlled the pendulum and the feeling you were getting at a certain point because you weren't dedicating the pendulum to who you were calling and who you were seeking answers from. And basically your energy got hijacked and you got overtaken by it. So you do have some mediumship abilities, skill sets. So I would just say that a lot of people are stepping into some new skills and some new ancestral gifts right now. So it's very common to start having some new experiences. I would just be curious, ask questions, be protective, make sure you set boundaries whenever you're doing any type of spiritual work, meditation, pendulum, tarot, oracle. It doesn't matter what the divination practice is. You should always set intentions and boundaries. So.
Great. Thanks, Diane. And Rosewood's got something.
Hello. Yeah, so anytime that you work with any kind of modality, it's important that to make sure that you're grounded, that your energy is centered, and before you even go off and start trying to communicate, either with a pendulum or with the cards or just energy work, also make sure that you're shielded. That's very important to do. But grounding, centering, and shielding, that's going to take you a long way to prevent these kind of things from happening. Thank you.
Thanks, Rosewood. Sorry for the screen disturbance. All right, great. No one else. I think we're on to the next question. Hope you feel better. Okay, let's see. So, Kay, did you want to come up on screen and speak your question? Oh, and by the way, the previous person that we read, that this resonates. That's great. And switching around career things. So yeah, we're aiming well. Goddess Renata, sorry, did you have something on this last?
Yeah, I did.
Go ahead.
Take an Epsom salt bath. Take an Epsom salt bath.
Yeah, great.
You know,
Great.
that's a great way just to keep the energy clear.
And that's for R, if there's any confusion about that. Okay, let's see. So Kay, you have a question about relationship with sister. Do you want me to read it out? Did you want to speak anything about that? Yeah, do you want to say your question? Do you want to turn on your video and come up on screen? It's totally up to you what you want to do.
Well, no, I'm sick with a cough or the cold, so I'd rather not be
Okay.
on.
Great. Do you want to say your question? Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, I have a strained relationship with my sister. We used to be very close. And then about 10, 15 years ago, it really changed. And actually, it was morphing over time. And I believe it was her husband, very manipulative. And he set out to create a rift between us. I never thought that she would allow it, but she really surprised me and betrayed me. And that's the gist of it. So I wonder, I mean, we still do talk, but and I've done a lot of work to try to heal myself and forgive her, but it is still very strong with me. And I wonder if you see her ever seeing the light of how he has manipulated and turned her against me. And will she ever come and visit me here and especially help me in the apartment? We'll have a lot of family things that, are here I would like her help to go through.
All right, great. Goddess Renata has something, unless that's left from last time.
No, it's not.
Okay, go ahead.
So, the idea of creating a new story, does that make sense to you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, good. So for 15 years, you've had this story that you shared with us? Yes?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you would like to create a new story, I'll be in room 7 doing EFT and emotional parasite release. It's a snappy tool that allows you to stop looping. You've been looping for the last 15 years. Does that make sense?
Yes, but I think I also respond to her. She tends to be very negative and antagonistic and nasty to me on the phone. She claims I'm super sensitive and I'm looking for it and it's not there. I know that's not true. So I do a lot to just diffuse that and deal with her and create love. So, I mean, I think I am trying all the tools, but a lot of it is her.
Okay. And if there's nobody else out there but you, what would her be saying to that part of you? Because it's about ownership, my friend. And so for 15 years, you've carried that story. If you want to have a new story about it, you totally can create that. That's the magic. That's the magic of being who you are and observing things that you no longer want. It's pretty cool.
Well,
Yeah,
I would like her to come around and I would like her to visit me. So
yeah, and we're suggesting the change that you can make is on your end. So
Yeah.
Tiffany, so Tiffany, Jared, Diane, and Alina all have answers. Oh, and I've just lost electricity. Uh-oh.